that will be the evidence that you actually truly believe in manifesting your specific person and that there's no barrier between them and you.
That's easy.
Hey guys, it's Jasmine with Manifest Fast with Jasmine, and welcome to my new setup. Let me know in the comments if you like it as much as I do. In this video, I'm going to tell you 5 steps to instantly manifest your specific person. And this is going to be my most descriptive, exhaustive guide. It's going to be a long video, but by the time that you are done with watching this video, you are going to know specifically, step by step, exactly what you need to do to manifest a specific person instantly. I've been mastering my manifestational skills, knowledge, and abilities for the last 12 years, and I've helped a lot of people manifest a specific person into their life. So stay tuned until the end because that's what I'm going to help you do. And at the very end of the video, I'm giving my most mind-blowingly awesome manifestational tips on how to make this happen in a very applicable way for you, how to apply what's here and manifest your specific person. If you have been following me, and if you haven't already, press the subscribe button, click the bell button, and hit all to receive all notifications because I'm coming out with 3 videos a week for you guys and you won't want to miss them. If you have questions when you're done with this video, just bring them to my live Q&A that I have every single week in my private group on Facebook. That link is below. And if you want to know about my new course on manifesting love, that is coming out really soon. Sign up for emails below to be notified about that. Every single one of these tips is completely imperative to manifesting a specific person instantly. This can really, really work for you. And these are going to be a very unique way of explaining things that you've already heard, but maybe you've never been able to apply. So make sure that you listen very carefully, take notes, and rewatch if you need to. So step 1, you want to make the mental switch from it's not here to it's here. This is a vibrational, mental, and emotional game, basically. It's an essence, a feeling, an understanding, and a perspective of your circumstances. It's a perception. What a lot of people do when they're trying to manifest a specific person is there's a lot of you're trying to apply the processes, but at the same time, your mental recording and what you're saying to yourself and the essence and what you're feeling and experiencing on the inside is reflective of, is it happening? Did it happen yet? I wonder if this is going to work. Did it happen? Is it going to happen? I wonder if this is going to work. Why didn't it happen already? Am I doing this right? All of those things are things that people typically think when they're in the process of trying to manifest a specific person. But if you are listening to yourself saying these things, you will notice that none of those statements are reflective of you already having the specific person that you want, or you already having that circumstance or that situation with that specific person that you want. Now, what do we know about law of attraction? Basics 101. Like attracts like, that which is like unto itself is drawn. And if you want something, you have to be like that thing. You have to live as if it's already done. You have to feel and experience as if it's already done. Know it into being. Instead of asking yourself, is it happening? Am I doing this right? What am I doing wrong? Looking for the evidences, you have to make that switch to where you are living in the wish fulfilled and you don't have to question because you're living in the essence of knowing that it's done. And every time that you think about it, it's like you're reflecting on this relationship that you already have. Every time that you think about it, it's like you're reflecting on this past time, thinking about how awesome this relationship is for you today, reflecting on the conversations that you had with your specific person today, what's wonderful about it today, what you're looking forward today in this relationship. You want to feel a sense of not only doneness, but also the enjoyability of what is already done. You want to engage in your imagination in a way that is super fun for you. And this will be very easy if you're able to just simply know that it's done without doubting and all of that. There should be this sense of enjoyment. I'm going to tell you a little bit more on how to apply this, so just stay tuned. In any case, you want to make sure that you are eliminating all of those stopping points with the doubting and the asking and the question mode, and you want to trade that in for more of the fantasy and the relishing and the enjoyment and the stability of the knowing. Now here's a tip to apply this. So what a lot of people do is they apply manifesting techniques like I just talked about, imagining it in your mind, visualizing or fantasizing about it and enjoying and relishing in that fantasy in your mind. So a lot of people would do that with the intention of, if I think about it in this way, like Jasmine said, it's on my to-do list. I have to think about it and visualize it in this way to make it happen. This is a wrong motivation, because think about law of attraction again. That which is like unto itself is drawn, and it's not about what you do, it's about how you do it. It's about the motivation behind the action that actually manifests. Back up, I'm gonna say that again. It is not what you do or the action that you take. It is the energy and the intent and the understanding behind the action that actually manifests. And I'm also talking about emotional and mental actions here. Instead of applying a technique with the intention of, if I apply this in the correct way, then I will make X, Y, and Z happen with my specific person. Instead of doing that, which doesn't work because it's not true, the aim is to feel as if it has already happened. It is not to make it happen, it is for the enjoyment of the feeling of what it feels like when you are enjoying your desire as though it has already happened. That is the experience that you're going for. That's the experience that you want out of having it, is you want the enjoyment of the feeling that it gives you, the experience that you get to entertain when it is in front of you and already done. So you're going to create that, exactly that, now. But you don't need the circumstances there. You can still have that feeling experience. So the point of any exercise that I'm going to give you, including the first one, is I'm not trying to do this to make it happen. I am simply wanting to feel what it feels like when it is already done. Number 2 is going to sound simple, but I assure you that this is much more in depth than you may think, and I'm going to explain exactly what you need to do in order to make this happen, because this is a very, very common mistake and something that I don't hear people explaining or understanding very much. Number 2 is you need to let yourself have it. Now, here is the basis for what I am saying. Most people trying or attempting to manifest a specific person are experiencing negative emotions about it, like fear and doubt. Yes, I understand that it's not like you can just switch that, but in a way, you kind of can. And I'm gonna give you a perspective that's gonna help you turn that around so that you can instantly manifest your specific person. This is exactly what's holding you back. We're gonna fix it. So here's the truth about love and about manifesting your specific person that maybe you didn't know. Fear, doubt, and resentment are all very common things that people experience when they are attempting to manifest a specific person. But fear and doubt and resentment are the signs that you are actually running from the love and from the specific person that you say and think that you want. At first, this might not make sense, but I'm gonna explain it. Think about it. When you are afraid and doubtful and resentful, you are not feeling and experiencing love. You're experiencing lack. You are not feeling and experiencing the having of the love experience that you want. You're running from it. You're afraid of it, right? That's just fear. You can sum up every negative emotion and every positive emotion into just 2 categories, fear or love. So when you're in love, when you're fully experiencing love, you're letting yourself have your desire. And that's a very evident, visceral experience that cannot be missed. Like, you know that you're in alignment. You know that you're receiving it. You know that you're doing it. You feel good about it. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Now, when you're experiencing fear, doubt, and resentment, that is an action of literally being afraid of love and running away from it. So I'm going to explain to you right now how to sort of turn around those feelings in the moment so that you can turn that vacuum, that attraction vacuum on and receive the love and the experience that you want. And you're going to know how to understand, like, if you're actually doing this in your moment or not, and you're going to be able to tweak it for yourself. And this is something that you can adjust for yourself and improve and get better at with some practice. Essentially, another word for what I'm talking about is emotional availability. You have to have this space where you're allowing yourself to be available to the emotions that you want to experience and to the love experience and the experience with that specific person that you want. You have to be available to experiencing that. If you're afraid, you are literally blocking it. You're saying, I'm afraid of this, so I'm not gonna let it in right now. And this is a lot easier to change in the moment than you think. One common baseline misunderstanding that would be supporting, the emotions of fear and doubt or resentment, pain, things like that, is this underlying idea that you're feeling fear and doubt and resentment because of a circumstance. This is not true. You have to stop thinking that. You're not feeling negative emotions because of a circumstance. You are feeling negative emotions because of your perception and your story and your interpretation around the circumstance. Now, this is not to invalidate your feelings or tell you what to feel. You may not be ready for this step, and that's fine. But if you want to manifest a specific person, and if you want to do it instantly, these are the little tweaks that need to happen that I'm going to explain. The real reason for your feeling negative emotions such as fear and doubt and pain and resentment is you're actually emotionally unavailable. So here's how you can train yourself out of that. Every time that you notice a negative emotion or feeling about it, imagine that you're witnessing a block, because you are. This is a block. So imagine that it's a block, and imagine that you're bringing your attention to that block. Every form of pain is a form of unconsciousness. And if you bring a lot of awareness to whatever that pain is, then you can change it, and it's not going to be painful anymore, because in the light of awareness, there is no pain, right? So imagine you're witnessing this block, you're bringing a lot of conscious attention to this block, and then imagine that you're sort of breaking it and you're creating this vacuum where you say, I accept, I allow, I'm accepting what is without needing to feel bad about it. I'm accepting my truth. I'm accepting that it's already done. I'm accepting that, I feel this way or that way. You just accept everything. You neutralize everything with your acceptance. But I want you to imagine that that block is turning into a vacuum where law of attraction can bring this thing to you that you want. And with that acknowledgement and that acceptance and that intention to I allow myself, instead of being afraid of this, I allow myself to feel and receive what I want now. I allow myself to acknowledge fully and experience and feel the fullness of the love that I want with my specific person right now. And imagine that this block turns into a vacuum and that you're able to receive by law of attraction this love that is coming to you. So this is a little bit of a visual exercise. It's also I give you this visual exercise because it sort of helps facilitate the feeling that we're after, but it's basically you have to train yourself every single time. And this is, like I said, it's training. You don't have to be perfect at this. You're going to get better and better with practice and with time, so be easy on yourself with this. But every time that you notice that you're feeling uncomfortable, doubt, resentment, pain, anything, worry, question mode, anything like that, you feel that uncomfortable feeling, you notice it, you bring your awareness to that, and then you imagine that you're coming into acceptance, which means I accept that which it is that I desire. I accept my desire. And then you'll feel that feeling of reception. You'll feel that feeling of receiving. You'll feel yourself experiencing that love experience that is what you want. So you're just going to do this over and over and create this new habit where you're open and receptive, and you say, I allow, I receive, I allow, I receive. And then you can instantly feel the relief of that, just like a dam breaking, where you're now receiving this experience of love and alignment and freedom that you weren't experiencing previously. When you create this habit of being this way, then you're going to tip the scales eventually, and eventually it is going to make a remarkable difference on your life. And just like you're instantly receiving that and feeling, it's going to manifest around you with your specific person. Number 3 is an interesting concept that is super duper imperative to understand. That is the idea that Knowing that it's done and living in the end is synonymous with letting go and surrender. Because let me explain this to you. We're going to explain the feeling of knowing that it's done and living in the end. Get more specific on what that experience is like so that you can reach it for yourself. Because if you want to manifest a specific person instantly right now, the idea is you completely have to let go of resistance. So we're just going over all the different ways that you can let go of that resistance. So knowing that it's done is synonymous with surrender and letting go. A good example of this is breathing. So I know that breathing is done. I know that I'm going to get my next breath. I know that all of the breaths coming today are coming exactly as I need them to. There's no problem there. It requires no thought because there's no problem. There's no problem, there's no question, there's no question mode. Therefore, it doesn't require any effort or thought on my part. It's already done. So creation doesn't do anything for no reason, and neither do you. When you believe that something is already done, it's not a problem, you're not going to think about it anymore. So the evidence that you really know that it's done and that it's okay is you stop thinking about it. You forget about it. You surrender it. You let it go. Now, what are you really forgetting about and letting go? You're not letting go of your desire. I don't stop breathing just because I'm not thinking about it. I have a desire to live and to breathe. That is something that I don't consciously change. That is something that is. I naturally have this desire to live. Nothing is going to take that away from me. So I don't have to think about breathing or living in order to sustain my life. That's automatic. What I do need to do is let go of my doubts about it and trying to figure out if it's happening for me and all of that stuff that gets in the way. Because as much as life is coming to me now, if I'm doubting it, then I am in the way. A lot of people ask the question, is it okay if, I feel like I don't really want them anymore, or it's not that important to me anymore, or I forgot about it and then it happened? Forgetting about it doesn't mean that you are not manifesting it. Forgetting about it means that you have let go of resistance and it's already done. So I want for you to manifest a version of yourself. I talk about this a lot on my channel, and you may have seen those videos, but if you haven't, then you can just look at my playlist that I'm gonna have at the end of the video. But you wanna manifest a version of yourself that already knows that it's done, to the point to where you don't have to think about it. And the way that you would do that, manifest the state of doing that, because if you manifest that state, then you're gonna become that person who does that thing. It's a really cool trick. So manifest the state of being a person who already knows that it's done, to the point of completely letting it go and forgetting about it, by just imagining what would it be like if I was that person who does that, and then taking that on from your perspective and feeling what that would feel like to be so calm and knowing about it that you can just let it go and surrender it and forget about it and not even think about it. That is another level of peace. So I want for you to manifest that state for yourself, and you will find when you manifest states, it is so much easier to become that person, and it just kind of happens. All right, if you want to manifest a specific person instantly, you have to control your responses, and I'm going to illustrate this very well for you. So a lot of people, when they're trying to manifest a specific person, like I said in my first tip, they're always looking at, did it happen? Did it happen? Well, I'm gonna take this a step further and talk about what people do in the face of circumstances, right? So that's a form of looking at circumstances. Did it happen already? You're looking at a perceived outside circumstance and you're interpreting it in a lackful way. And you're questioning what you're creating instead of having a perception and a story that validates what you're creating. But especially in the case of manifesting a specific person instantly, you want to be certain for sure that you are going to know exactly what to do to respond to circumstances no matter what may happen, no matter what. So no matter if nothing happens, or even in the face of something apparently negative happening. You're either reacting to circumstances or living in the end, but not both. So anytime that you find yourself reacting to circumstances, here's something that's going to help you. So a lot of people believe that, oh, this outside thing happened, how did I manifest that? And then they take it as the evidence that they're doing something wrong or that it's not working. There's a different way to go about this. It is important to know that you are not actually reacting to the outside circumstances. What you're actually reacting to are your inside circumstances. It has nothing to do with what's outside. It has to do with how you perceive the outside. Your story is everything. And so your reaction to a circumstance is the biggest tell and the biggest defining factor when it comes to instantly manifesting your specific person, because your automatic reaction will tell you exactly what your true belief and your true story is. So if you train yourself to live in the end, live in the wish fulfilled, know it into being, no matter what, and to be non-reactive to circumstances, that will be the evidence that you actually truly believe in manifesting your specific person and that there's no barrier between them and you. So I'm gonna make an example of how outside circumstances are not actually what you're reacting to and how you can react differently. For instance, if I have a baby and the baby is upset, crying, overwhelmed, whatever, I am not concerned about this baby. Why? Because the story and the narrative and the perception in my mind is, oh, they're just a baby and they just need a nap and then they're gonna wake up and feel fresh and better than ever. It's not a big deal. There's nothing wrong happening here. And I'm in the end where I'm seeing them in their perfection. So the circumstance is happening, but my narrative is imperative. This is exactly what you're going to do in your specific situation. It doesn't matter what they say to you. It doesn't matter what happens, what doesn't happen. Your narrative and your perspective needs to go straight to the end every time. Every time you just are living straight in the end. And if you are doing that, then your responses and your reactions will be from the end. They will be inspired naturally, and you will always know what to do to react and respond from the end. When you are reacting and responding from the end, whatever it is that you want will be instantaneous. Here's the kicker. If you do this and then you say, okay, did it work? Where is it? You have not actually done it, okay? So whatever you do, don't look back and don't question. That leads us to number 5, which is don't break character. Now, after number 5, I'm gonna give you some bonus tips on how to apply everything that I just said, because I know it's difficult for a lot of people to get used to. But number 5 is don't break character, play the long game, and stay living in the end. No matter what, don't break character. So that's what I just said, that no matter what, you don't close your eyes and apply it really quick because Jasmine said that if I do it that I'll get my specific person, and then open your eyes and say, where's the text message? Where are they? Where did it happen? No, you don't break character. No matter what happens inside, outside, I don't care. You are putting yourself in this reality and you are sticking to that reality. Why? Because you need to send one clear signal in order to instantly manifest what you want. One clear signal. And as you are sending one clear signal, you are consistently aligning, releasing resistance, and purifying that one clear signal. And when that signal truly is pure and unified, that is when your manifestation will instantaneously be manifested. But how do you know if you're doing it right? You know that you're doing it right because you have accomplished feeling the satisfaction that it's already done. So here are some magnificent manifestational bonus tips that I'm going to give you on how to apply everything that I just said. The first tip that I have is stop trying to do it. At the end of the day, you don't have to do anything. You don't have to try to do anything. It's already done. Let it go. Stop trying to do what I said just because I said it or just because you think that's what you need to do to manifest a specific thing. Stop trying. And then when you release resistance, you will find that it is nice to do it just because you want to, and catch yourself when you're in the right mood to think in these ways and apply these things that I'm saying. My second bonus tip is fill up your life with things that you love and enjoy and that fulfill you. Because the relationship that you want or the specific person that you want, this is for the purpose of fulfillment. The end of that feels like fulfillment. So fill up your life with other things that, first of all, distract you from worry and fear and doubt. And second of all, feel like fulfillment to you, because vibrations are catchy, okay? They spread like wildfire. So if I start feeling the way that I want to feel in my relationship, if I start feeling that way in all the other parts of my life, bringing that in, experiencing that joy, it's going to be attracted to me in bigger ways in my life naturally. It's just going to be like a vacuum where everything that feels like that comes in, including my specific person relationship. The third tip is just know that no matter what it is that you need to know, no matter what it is that you need to do, it is going to come to you. The information is going to come to you. The inspirations are going to come to you. The realizations are going to come to you. You're just going to know exactly what you need to know in order to manifest your specific person instantly. If you're still watching this video, that means that you liked it, so make sure that you click the like button, subscribe, hit the bell button, click all to receive all notifications. If you want to ask me a question about this video, bring it to my live Q&A that I have every single week in my private group on Facebook. I have at least 2 Law of Attraction classes in that group every single week. I go live all the time. I answer your questions, so bring your questions there and I will answer them personally for you. If you would like to take my course on 7 steps to consistent instant manifestation, that link is below. If you would like to be notified about my new course coming out on manifesting love, sign up for emails below, and I do have coaching available. Here's that playlist that I was talking about earlier that's going to help you manifest your specific person. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.
That's easy.
It's my birthday!